I ask for the truth on behalf of Janeia Leonard concerning relationship issues, and ask this in the name of truth, right conduct, peace, love and non-violence. Blessed be to the truth always. And we just cut the deck and place the cards, let's place them down here and move them to the side, and then we'll deal out 3 cards for you there, Janeia. And the first card we deal is representative of the recent past. This is a period of time between now and this time last month, about a moon phase behind. The next card we place down is representative of the present, and that's of course, Janeia, what's happening to you now. That can be like the result of the effect of the recent, of course, can't it? And then the effect of the present we deal there is in the immediate future. That's about a moon phase ahead, which is about 3 or 4 weeks or so in the future, isn't it? So we have here 3 cards. Then we've got the recent past influence, the present influence, and the immediate future influence. So your first card then, we'll just grab here and just turn it over. Just flip it nice and slowly there, not to disturb its energy. Let's just see where you've been just recently. You've got the energy of the satyr, just indicating really over the past 3 or 4 weeks or so you've been indulging in something, revelry and indulgence. You've been maybe comfort eating or drinking just too much, maybe trying to drown your sorrows. I don't know what's been going on in this relationship, but maybe that probably is part of it, in the sense of it, yes, enjoying yourself, going out for a drink or whatever, night on the town or whatever, with friends, even with the one whom you are in love with, of course. But did it do you any good? Did partying, I suppose, do you any good? Let's just see what's happening now. And you've got just the energy there, nice and slow there. The energy of the winds of change. Your surroundings undergoing transition right now, and of course, as you can see, maybe all this partying has brought things about, and other people are doing things, and I don't know about moving on, but certainly they are doing their own thing. Of course, part of the question was about fertility as well, wasn't it? I try not to answer questions like that. I try and leave that to the medical people, who seem to be able to give you a better sort of response to that. But from the relationship point of view, yes, things around you are changing, and of course you're a product of your environment, aren't you? What will be the effect of this in the foreseeable future for the next 3 or 4 weeks or so? You've got the you've got the minstrel from the royal court, who clearly is there to just indicate that yes, you've got to let your intentions be known between now and this time next month. Remember, the minstrel, as we say before, the minstrel sings a song, I love you, or whatever the song is. It's a song. It doesn't necessarily mean that he means it. It just implies that he's just singing that song, that's all. And maybe this is what you might find yourself doing in the next 3 or 4 weeks or so, singing a song. And you should let your true intentions be known, in the sense of whatever it is you want from this, you've got to let the other half know. You've got to let the other person whom you're in a relationship with know what it is you want from it. It's all right saying things when you sort of had a few to drink or whatever, when you've been indulging a bit, when you've, when you've been enjoying yourself. It's one thing to say something when we're sedated, and another thing to say something when we really mean it. And given the fact the changes that are going on around you right now, it doesn't really help to keep silent or to hold things back. I somehow feel as though something has been unsaid here. I do tend to get that with these fortune cards now and again. So what I'm going to do is just pull this other card off here, and we'll just see what's going on between now and sort of November, early December. Let's just slowly rotate that energy there just to see what we've got. And you've got the wolf, yes. Just beware who you trust there. I think it seems as though yes, saying what you want, telling them what you want from this is one thing, which is what you've got to do. But nevertheless, in this relationship, beware who you trust. You might be placing your trust just a bit too much. Remember the revelry and indulgence. Remember when you trusted somebody when you were drunk. And of course, even if you were just turning to comfort eating. Well, I do feel this is something to do with drink, in the sense, not so much an alcohol problem, which it could be, I don't know, but in this particular case it's just going out and enjoying yourself, which we're all entitled to do, aren't we? But of course, when we're sedated, we don't say what we really mean sometimes, do we? And of course, and it's influenced by alcohol. So beware who you trust. Maybe the person you should beware who you trust more than anybody is yourself. Maybe that's the one you should beware who you trust of. Or but this is more a trust issue. Trust is like virginity. Once you lose it, you are for unlawful carnal knowledge, as they say. So yes, just let them know what you want from this when you're sober, preferably, and then just beware who it is you rely upon, and when they give the answer, is it really the true answer, or is it just an answer to appease your satisfaction or whatever, to appease you, to keep you there, to prevent you from moving on to somebody who may be more trustworthy? I don't know. But yes, there is a trust issue going on around about Christmas, like new sort of November-ish, Christmas-ish, New Year-ish sort of time, the past festive period. So just be careful there. If anything does go wrong, it'll probably go wrong then. But it may go wrong even between now and this time next month, because you just must let them know. Let them know what your intentions are. Let them know what it is you want. And that way, whatever's changing around you now, regardless of what you said when you were sedated, let's do it when we're sober, and let's just keep them peeled, as you say. Just be vigilant, that's all it is. Just be vigilant, and don't commit yourself to anything that you feel deep down what you feel, and you know the truth. So that's all we can say to that, isn't it? If it's down to fertility or whatever it is that comes after, that's a different kettle of fish, really, isn't it? We're dealing with, it seems as though, I somehow feel as though it is like the beginning-ish of a relationship, if there's such a thing. It's a relationship that's developing here, and the wrong messages are being sent because they're not being sent in the right way. So with that, I think what we'll do for now, I'll unless we're drawn again, or unless we need further information at a later date, for now these cards have spoken.